this is kind of an embarrassing story, but because I'm autistic, right? I've always been autistic, even before they knew what autism was, right? So I've always been in like special ed and shit like that, right? Well, when I was 12, I was in a special classroom, and something really disgusting happened. All right, part of the classroom had like this little alcove-like thing that was, like a little hangout area. There was these couches across from each other with like a little coffee table in the center, right? Well, there was this girl in the class. She was like the same age as me, but she was like fat and really gross. Well, the teachers wouldn't leave her alone for a long period of time, right? And nobody knew exactly why, but she was a lot more challenged than anybody else in the room. Like she had wore a bicycle helmet and shit like that. Well, one day I just happened to be unfortunate to be, somewhat sick, and I was kind of like half laying down on the other couch, and um, contemplating asking them to send me home, right? Well, for some reason, this was the one time that the teachers left her alone long enough. And she was sitting on the opposite couch. And I was like half asleep. But I was laying there and I had one eye slightly open. But it was the eye that was like nearest to the surface of the couch, right? Well, this girl, she was dirty, disgusting. She had pimples and had all kinds of like scabs all over her and shit. She starts finger blasting on the couch across from me. And it was fucking disturbing, right? And yeah, it was gross. I get up because I don't really understand what the hell is going on. I was old enough to, have, you know, I was old enough to have like somewhat of an understanding of certain things, but I didn't understand like, what exactly girls did. That was like the counterpoint of what I knew about myself. Like I knew about my own masturbation and shit, but I didn't understand what this girl was doing, and she was really, really fucking gross. Like it was, it like so I get up, and of course she freaks out because she realizes that I'm awake. Uh, you know, and I just leave the little alcove area, and I go tell one of the teachers what the hell is going on, and of course they freak out they're not because their stupidity of leaving this girl uh, alone long enough. Because apparently this bitch would do this all the time. 'cause she was that fucking mentally challenged that somehow she figured out, but somehow she had figured out how to diddle herself. So then after that first time she did that, she would do it every single fucking time that she was left alone for too long, right? So then after that, so the teachers literally had to go in there and like stop her from diddling herself, right? Which I don't even know how legally they could do that. But then after that, like I didn't want to be anywhere near that girl, and they like had to like clean that whole area and shit like that. But then like I told people what happened, and like nobody wanted to sit on that couch ever again. And shit like that. Eh, you know, it was fucking disgusting. Like, yeah. I found out later, like the girl had like fucking, lice and crabs and shit like that a whole bunch of times. You know, we never, they never spread in class, but I found out like during the summer she had like before it started the infected. She was infected with like lice and crabs and like, and her whole house was like filled with bed bugs and shit too. So, ugh, ugh, fucking gross. But yep. And I've later found out. I've later found out that like a lot of mentally retarded people will like masturbate like that. So, but still, it was fucking disgusting. So, I actually think that besides that and like the bad sexual experience I had of being kind of coerced and touched while I was in Boy Scouts by an older boy, completely destroyed my idea of like normal sexual stuff, because my whole entire life sex has been really weird, you know, and I think that a lot of it has to do with just weird shit like that, you know. Because like maybe a year and a half later that year, my was like my own sister when she was like 13 was having sex with dudes who are like in their 30s and shit like that, and all kinds of other crap. And so like, yeah, like one. And then when I was like 15, one of my sister's friends literally like fucked herself with the handle of a hairbrush right in front of me and shit like that, because they were having like a sleepover thing. And it was weird. I mean, I shared a room with my sister for a long period of time when I lived with my mom, because it was just a small little apartment, and a bunch of weird fucking shit happened, and I think it just fucked up my head when it comes to like certain things. So yeah, but it's fucking disgusting. I guess it must have. I don't know. I remember classroom was kind of understanding at the time, so maybe where they just yeah, but it was fucking disgusting. It was, and plus it was gross. But every once in a while, it'll just randomly pop into my head. The experience where my sister's friend fucking the handle wasn't actually that bad because I was a little bit older, and you know, so it was not appropriate. For I don't even remember exactly when it happened. I might have been like 15, but